Hi, my name is Song Mei, and this video is about how I found my bravery while climbing, and I hope this video helps you find yours. I started climbing in 2018, early 2018, and at first I was like, alright, I can do this, and then shortly after I started feeling very fearful when I was falling, or like fear of falling. That's the main one for me. And it would happen about in the middle of the climb, halfway up the wall. I'm like, no thank you. And then I started feeling bad that I had a fear of falling, and I would hide it from Tara. I wouldn't tell her I'm scared, and then I would feel bad because everyone else is doing just fine. So I kept that up for a long time. It took me a full year to move from V2 to a V3 grade level, and that was really sad for me because everyone else was becoming stronger very quickly, especially Tara, and I was scared and unwilling to move through my fear. So this video is how I moved from fear to bravery and growth, and I hope that this video helps you find yours. How high is high? When the fear of fall kicks in, I become very scared, so scared that I can't even move. If I fall, will I miss the next hold? Will I hurt myself when I land? Eventually, when I have these thoughts, I give up and climb down. Through having conversations with other people at the gym, or with Tara specifically, I learned that other people have different tolerances for height, and their mentality for climbing is completely different than mine. Like, for example, I would ask questions, what are you thinking about when you feel like you're about to slip off a hold? And I'd ask, are you scared to fall? This led me to think about my own feelings and thoughts as only one interpretation of reality. Imagine that my feet are 6 feet off of the ground, meaning that my head is about 11 feet off of the ground. In reality, with a giant squishy mat underneath, there's no real reason to feel fear for hurting myself. After many conversations and Tara coaching me through problems that I struggled with, I can now listen to my feelings of being scared and not give them any power over me. Now I even give myself a little internal celebration when I successfully push through my fear. Often I'll go to the top of a climbing wall with little to no hesitation, and I give this all thanks to my willingness to look at my own interpretation of reality and becoming interested in other people's experiences when they're climbing. The only fair comparison you can have is between you and your past self. And once I realized how much of my life force is being wasted on comparing myself to other climbers, I started to shift my focus inward. Now my new focus is all about my performance and maintaining my healthy mindset for climbing. My thought energy is now spent on finding ways to close the gap between who I am today and who I say I will be tomorrow. I also like to take time to focus on the progress that I've made between who I was yesterday and my current self today. For example, 1 month ago, I was afraid to fall with my feet being less than 2 meters from the ground. After recording this video, I am now confident in falling this distance. Now it takes 3 meters for my fear of falling to be activated, and I can still push through it. Next, I want to share 2 simple practices that I did for myself, and they helped me be intentional about my fear of falling and work through them at my own pace. I did this with Tara, which helped immensely to be more confident. Also, please be careful and listen to your body. We are not liable for anything that happens when you try these exercises, so please listen to your body and only do what works for you. My first practice was to get used to being up high. I chose a problem that was 1 to 2 grades lower than my current level, and it also happened to be the tallest at the gym. I observed myself doing the problem and simply noticed, at what point do I feel my fear? Was the fear activated because of a specific hold type, or was it because of a particular distance off of the ground? For me, it was the distance off of the ground that I felt fearful. Then I gave myself a break and did the problem a couple times over. Once I got used to this, that would lead me to my next exercise. The second exercise is to get used to the feeling of falling itself. For this exercise, it was important that I knew how to fall correctly, and I already knew how to do that. Also, I chose the same problem because I was already used to the problem because of the first exercise that I did. So I practiced letting go of a hold from 3 different heights, starting from falling from the closest hold to the ground. I chose these holds before I got onto the wall so that I could not back out in the middle of the climbing. Also, these holds were each spaced 2 holds apart, and that was very intentional. Each time I fell, I thought, wow, that wasn't so bad. And each time I climbed up again, I felt scared again. Before going for the 3rd fall, I was so scared and full of anxiety that I ended up crying. After I did the 3rd fall, I felt so happy afterwards. And in the end, I did not complete this climb, and that's okay. Hey all, I hope that this video helped you find your bravery and growth when you feel your fear of heights or falling. This is part of my journey, and I hope that it helps contribute to yours. If you like this video, feel free to comment about your own experiences of fear of falling or fear of heights. Bye!